Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Stacia. So, since the last episode, it hasn't been a ton of time. I did add some storage upgrades to this because I logged off, came back, and it was pretty well backed up on Rotten Flesh and almost backed up on Inferium and stuff. So I did add some storage upgrades to that, and I got this laid out. This is of course, the frame of what is going to be an Ark Furnace. I mentioned that I already had the stuff kind of prepped up a couple episodes ago, and today we are going to go ahead, since we did finish out kind of the bulk of Blood Magic last episode, all except for Wheel and just little odds and ends. I wanted to go ahead and kind of get the bulk of our Immersive Engineering stuff done, which is really just kind of setting up an industrial squeezer, a mixer. I'm not sure, is napalm actually used for anything in this pack? No, it's not. So we're gonna set up a mixer so that we can make it. Maybe we can have some fun with flamethrowers or something. But it doesn't seem like it's actually used for anything. Maybe it'll come up. Maybe it's something weird that doesn't show up in JEI. Oh, apparently, Tyler was just bringing up, apparently doing the Ark Furnace method for making the blood shard isn't intended. He said he learned today that's not the right way. Well, I didn't know. We're long past that point at this point. So I just pretty much just pushed through blood magic. But anyways, what we're going to do today, we're gonna start off with the Ark Furnace, and then we'll kind of push into the other things. I will say we'll probably finish most of the quests. I'll probably make the water wheels. I don't actually have a need for them at the moment that comes to mind, but we probably will just to finish out the quest. I know the garden cloche we're not going to be able to make just yet. It's actually not that expensive at this point. We just have to push into a bit of astral sorcery, and the charging station is not expensive, so we will make that. And the Torturino, probably not that just yet. So, but before we can get started with the Ark Furnace, we really need to get the recipe for the electrodes, or the blueprint for the electrodes. In this, we're going to have to go to a village and find a Immersive Engineering villager. Now, we can make them this way, but they come out at 50% durability. I'd rather go this method, ideally. As long as we're able to, it's a lot better just to go for it, because it's really not hard to do. What about this building? There's a blacksmith up here. I don't actually see an Immersive Engineering building up here, and it almost seems like all the villagers are dead. Yeah, nothing really good up here. Yeah, I guess we're just going to head out and see if we can come across a village, I think, at this point. Oh, and there is an AE2 meteor over here. We're going to hit up the chest and see what... Oh, there's a carbuncle. Those are actually going to be useful before too long, though, but... they spawn pretty regularly. So we got a engineering press. We will take that. And I'm going to take the chest. I tend to like these because they're just kind of unique. Ooh, what do we got over here? We have a spawner. This is a pillager spawner. We're going to take it. And we have a lodestone. We're going to take that too. And we got some diamonds. I'm not going to worry about the slime, because this is like super easy to craft with flour. And I'm going to get Wither Skeleton Skull. And we have an Astral Temple. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to take the Aquamarine, and until I get a Skeleton Spawner, I'll take the Bones. And more Aquamarine. And more Bones. This armor is like really nice for going out exploring too. It's quite useful. Especially like just bouncing around the forest like this. Oh, and we have a big altar right here. What do we got? I'm going to leave the papers. I don't really need those right now. And if only Silk Touch could take the collector crystals. It does look like we got another meteor over here. So we're going to check this one out. We got, there's another engineering press. I'm just going to leave it. Even though I kind of want the chest. But I'm going to leave it behind. I think right now we have engineering and logic. I found 2 logics, 2 engineerings. Okay, we do have a village over here. It's loading a little bit slow on me. But there's actually quite a few of us on, so... Oh, brewing stand. I'm going to take that. And let's see. Of course, it'd be night when I get here. Do they still have, like, the Immersive Engineering buildings like they used to? I don't know. Iron Golem. A bunch of junk we don't want. I'm not seeing anything. Do want the gold. I mined up a bit more gold between episodes, but I'm still, like, always hurting on gold. Oh, and Vexing Archwood Tree. Do we want to take that? Yeah, let's take this. So, my axe is broken. I gotta get that fixed. And we should get... Yeah, there's a bunch of saplings. There we go. And I know where a couple others of those trees are. The Ars Novea trees. They're really pretty. But I know where a couple more are. I just haven't... my inventory was full when I ran across them before. Oh, there's one, actually. We're going to go ahead and hit that one up. Yeah, because I've got space. And I emptied out my backpack, so we got space in those also. There's 2 more over there. So we may as well get ourselves some of the wood and some of the saplings. Oh, we do have a beehive here that has bees in it, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Let me see. It has 3 bees inside of it. So we're going to go ahead and take that for later. Because we are going to need it. And since it happens to be night, because otherwise we would normally have to wait for night. Oh. I wonder if we can get ourselves a slime sapling. Okay. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some slime tree saplings. So we're generating, right now we're generating like brand new chunks. At least as of the update that added Tinker's Constructs. So. And we're going to go ahead and get some of the slimy grass also. I'm going to do it with my pick because I've got Silk Touch on it. And then let's get some of the slimy dirt also. Ooh. There we go. That should be good. And I don't have a tank, but with my 1 bucket, I'm going to go ahead and just steal a bucket of this. Because if it works like it used to, then we'll be able to make a blue slime farm. So... Alright. And then, I wonder if I could make it to that river and fall down there. Okay, well in that case, since I'm not really seeing much, let's go ahead and release the slime. And then we could just let that go down. Well, that didn't work out. Apparently it doesn't let you ride in it like fluid, but I wasn't thinking. In multi-jump I can just I can hit that just before I'm getting to the ground, and it resets my fall speed, so could have just done that. I see one. Aha. Okay. This is what we're looking for, and I'm gonna take... I don't really want all that. Let's see, but where's the villager? Because we don't have any villagers here. It doesn't look like. Hey. I need this bed. We'll make it die real quick. And then see if I can find the immersive villager. I should hope. Maybe he's upstairs. No, the upstairs is actually super small. I didn't even notice it before. The buildings have changed, it seems like, a little bit, but still kind of the same basic premise. Okay, Tyler and RDFA just let me know that apparently... I didn't realize it, but Immersive Engineering villagers, they have to have a table now. Like, as a, you know, the kind of their profession block. And I did not realize that. I thought they still worked, like, separately from normal villagers and didn't require that profession block, but they do. So, the profession block for the one that has the blueprints is an anvil, they said. Apparently there's, like, 7 different ones now. So I've got an anvil now. We're going to sit out and see if we can find a villager with no profession and then just try to change him over to an engineer's or an immersive engineering villager, hopefully. Okay, so back over to here. There we go. There's a villager. Who wants it? Okay, one of them took to it. So we've got a machinist. Oh, man, it looks like I'm going to have to rank him up. Okay. Oh, man. Can't pick you up. I'm actually going to have to rank him up to get what I'm after. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I have an idea, I think. We're going to go ahead and make a charging station, first and foremost. And actually, while I'm getting that together, I'm going to go ahead and get the stuff prepped up for our mixer and our industrial squeezer. Because this episode is it's shaping up like it's going to take a little bit longer than intended. Because we're going to have to go through villagers. I hate villagers. I hate them so much. So, give me just a minute. Okay, I should be all set at this point. And there is our charging station. So, yay. And that's going to complete a quest. And out here, I do have set up what's going to be our squeezer and our mixer. And Tyler just stopped by. He does have a villager. He offered me to use it, but I'd like to do it ourselves. But he did drop us off an engineer's toolbox, which I've used these in the past. You guys know. That's why I brought one over, because he said he knew I love these things, and his villager gave him a bunch. But these things, we can store food in here. We can store tools into this one, wiring into this one, and just anything we want into this one. You can also shift right click to set these down, and they're just a great kind of alternative to the backpack. So we will be rocking that. I've been meaning to make it, but just haven't gotten around to it. This pack tends to keep me pretty busy, just doing different things. So our charging station, I actually need... this thing should work with HV. Okay, so we're going to set this up. Probably end up making a couple of these that we can charge in different places. But we have a good place out here to put one, to be honest. Well, I'll probably set up a table or something, but for now, we'll just set one up. I'm going to have to figure out somewhere nice for this to go. I'm going to be doing a bit of decorating and building this weekend, for sure. So, but for right now, I'm going to put it here. We just need to charge something really, really quick that we're going to be using. So we're going to plug that up. That's going to get some power in it. And then we are going to make ourselves a new toy. We are going to make ourselves... I think this will work with villagers. We'll have to try it and see. But we're going to make ourselves a personal shrinking device. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this into our charging station. Let that charge up. Shouldn't take all that long, I don't think. Well, a little bit. We're going to let that charge up. And we are going to get ourselves a bottle. Maybe a couple bottles. We want to get a couple villagers. We'll take 4 with us. That is assuming, of course, that this works with villagers. A lot of things will disable and not be able to work with villagers, but we'll just have to see. And we're going to give it a shot. But if you've never played around with this thing is actually quite a bit of fun. What we can do is we can shift... Is it shift? Yeah, shift right click. We can shrink ourselves down. And we can run around our base in little mini mode here. And then shift right click to grow back. And we can use this on creatures too. Let me go find something. There we go. We can do it on the pig as well. Just a left click to do that. I'm going to try it on a villager in here real quick. I'll fix it because I know somebody is, I think, using this villager. Yeah, it works on villagers. Okay, great. And just to make sure, I'm going to end up using all my power. No, come back here. Yeah, it works. So we can pick up our villager and we can put him inside of a bottle. Then we can take our bottle and just right click him out. And there we go. That's how that works. So now, yeah, I've got enough power for another shrink. So let me just head out over to here, and we're going to take this villager home with us. I did ask Tyler and RDFA. They said it is the very last trade that unlocks. in order to get the blueprint. So this is a little bit of a pain because I wish I liked the villager system more. I just don't, because most of the time villager systems end up being like, I'm going to make a wheat farm and I'm going to trade all this wheat to get diamonds, you know, and I'm just not a big fan of that. I think it would be better if there wasn't like a standard currency across almost all villagers. I mean, sometimes it'll be like, give me 10 rotten flesh and I'll give you 5 leather, but generally it's emeralds, and I don't like the standardized currency that much. And it is kind of a bummer that Immersive Engineering in 1.16, it pretty much requires that we do villagers if we want to do the blueprints. I mean, you can manufacture them, of course, with HLP Graphite in the press, but that's 50% efficiency, and ideally we want to get like 100%. Another option, I guess, is make the 50% ones and then repair them up to 100% and then send them into the Ark Furnace. But I don't know. We're gonna do this. Okay, there is our village, and there is our villager. So we're gonna snag him. Go small. Go small. Get you. There we go. So we got our Minecraft villager in the glass bottle. Let me put him here. And I guess we'll steal a couple more of these. Just so we've got them if we ever need them. Let me take this anvil at this point. And we're going to take this one that doesn't have a profession. Come here. Yeah, talk to me. So let's take him with us. You're coming with me. You know, these villagers are going to be like, what happened to all of our townsfolk? And we've just come through and shrunk them all down to size and just carried them off in bottles. Ah, there's one without a profession. Yeah, let's take him. Okay, so we now have all of our villagers. Let's see. Let's put him right back here, maybe, or right here. Yeah, let's put him right here. It blocks up my mind a little bit, but I don't really care. So we'll put him right in there and then just left click. And now look, we have a full-size villager here with us. Okay. And I guess realistically we could probably do that with like boss mobs. If one's bothering us, just capture. Oh man. We could capture him, put him in a bottle, and take him to somebody's base and just let him loose. Just let like a crazy boss loose. I'm going to tuck him away actually into my engineer's toolbox. I'm going to tuck this away. Does this go into the tool? No, it doesn't. Okay. We're going to tuck it into there, and then we'll have to get a nice little collection of glass bottles in there as well. Okay, so now we have to actually level this guy up to max tier, which is like 5. So we're going to be selling coal coke to him. So let me pop out. Let me get just a bunch of coal coke, and we're going to go ahead and put that into there. And let's get ourselves emeralds. Okay, so we're almost to the next rank. Get a few more and see what new trade we get. Okay, there we go. Takes him a second. And we are up to Machinist Apprentice. And now he will buy copper and aluminum. But I think we could just keep selling him coal coke. Honestly, oh yeah, he'll buy aluminum. Why am I not doing that? That's a wonderful trade, actually. Alright, let me go dump off. Assuming that he'll buy the aluminum that we have, it should be ore dictionary, I imagine. But, yeah, I've got way more aluminum than I have coal coke. Strangely enough. How would you like to purchase... it's not ore dictionary. No. Why'd I get nuggets? I think I clicked nuggets. Can I get... Immersive Engineering aluminum in any form or fashion? No, I cannot. Alright, we're coming back for more. Oh, and we're actually down on price for the engineer's hammer, it looks like. I might just buy some of those. Let me have a few of these engineer's hammers. I think not having a reliable way to get all the ores at this stage is kind of horrible. I think Tyler's bringing over his machine so that I can trade out my aluminum into Immersive Engineering aluminum. Alright, so we're just going to change this. Oh, wait, I need to change... change that over to there. Now we can get our Immersive Engineering aluminum. I shrunk him. And I think he's trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, goodness. There we go. Now we can rank up pretty easily. And he's going to stop buying aluminum, but we'll see what he's... he thinks he's stuck. I guess he's never seen the personal shrinking device. Oh, that's a good idea. Can I, wait a second. Can I... Oh, I can't pick him up. Okay. Looks like we can buy Engineer's Toolbox and water wheel segments. We will buy water wheel segments. And these are, like, dirt cheap. Oh, and we ranked up again, too. And now we're up to Expert. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to sell some copper. And we're going to toss in our copper. Get some Immersive Engineering copper. So let me get... There we go, there's a bunch. And I think we ranked him up again. So we'll give him just a second. Kind of getting ahead of him a little bit. There is our engineer's blueprint. For 11. Ha ha ha! There we go, we got it. And we got our water wheel segment. So we can now... Just to get the quest done, we can make ourselves a water wheel. And there we go, quest complete. And we're going to get some ice cream or something. Awesome. And the other trades that we've got, we have iron drill head, a steel drill head, ear defenders. We got one for the toolbox. So what we're going to do now, now that we've got that, now we're not ready to use that just right this second because we are going to need some HLP graphite. What we're going to do is we're going to take our crusher and we're going to toss in... Did I run out of... Oh, I ran out of diesel. I'm going to have to jump start it because I was off doing stuff and not really paying attention. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take some of our coal coke and just dump it into our crusher and start crushing that up to get coke dust. And then while that's running, let's pop over to this one. And this is the squeezer, which is going to squeeze down that coal coke dust into graphite dust. So we're going to go ahead and activate that. And then we're going to plug this up. Power goes in right here. And then we're just going to grab this connection and do that. So now, let's go ahead. How's this doing? We got 41. I think it's 8 per. We're going to go ahead and then toss this into the industrial squeezer, and that's going to start crushing that down. And we're going to start getting ourselves some HLP graphite dust. There we go. And then we can just smelt this up. I think we could probably just smelt it in here, right? Yes, and it actually counts as a blasting recipe. There's our first bits of HLP graphite. I know we're going to be using this a lot as we move forward. So we're actually, before too long, we're going to be setting this up for automation and just having, you know, a bunch of our coal coke getting crushed up and going into making HLP graphite, because I know that this is used for making black iron ingots. We'll be using it there. We'll be using it, well, also here making black iron ingots. And then I think that's going to be the big use. There is the charged night sky coal. We're going to have to use it there. And HLP graphite seeds. Wow. I mean, I know that's later on, but ebony psi metal, dielectric paste. So there's quite a few uses for it, and we're going to be getting that set up early in for automation. But let's go ahead. I want to make some graphite electrodes. So these are 4 per, and we are going to want 3. But at the moment, my main use for the HLP Graphite is just going to be for Graphite Electrodes. And these are going to last me for a while, realistically, because they do have a lot of durability, and they can be enchanted with Unbreaking and even Mending. So that is something that we might end up doing. Honestly, I have a lot of Unbreaking books, so it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and enchant these out, to be honest. So we may do that. Because thanks to our ore system, there's so much more aluminum and stuff. But thanks to our ore system, XP is basically a freebie at this point. So I don't mind enchanting out our electrodes. Maybe even repair them once they get damaged down, but we'll see. Okay, so we should be all set. I've got enough HLP graphite at this point. Let me pull all this out. And let me break all this down. And goodbye, blast furnace at this point. We're going to go ahead and get those. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our steel plates and we're going to combine these with our blast bricks. And we're going to get our reinforced blast bricks. And now we can set up our Ark Furnace. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and activate our Ark Furnace. And now we can start using this. And let me go ahead and put on, hopefully it'll reach here. This is where the power goes. And so we're going to go ahead and just plug that up. Our death trap expands. And our graphite electrodes are going to go right back here. And now we'll be able to throw in like... okay. Well, apparently the Ark Furnace just simply does not work on here. So we spent a lot of time doing that, which is cool. Well, hopefully it gets fixed. If not, I'm going to leave it. You know, I'm going to leave it sitting here. A little bit disappointed. What about this? Let's go ahead and make the mixer. And we need to make some napalm. I do apologize about that. At least we got to explore and see some things in the world. So 500 millibuckets of gasoline makes 500 millibuckets of napalm. This is something, since we have a quest, we're going to do it. I don't know how much realistically we're going to be using this, but we will go ahead and we'll turn off the output for this because we want to actually get a bucket of gasoline. And then I'm going to get some aluminum dust. So let me just grab, we'll need 6 to get ourselves a bucket of napalm. We'll toss that in. I think at this point, I think that's really, other than the garden cloche and the Torturino, that's the only quest that we haven't finished. And we're going to go ahead and turn in the quest for the mixer and the quest for the industrial squeezer. Oh, and it's still doing all this HLP graphite. So it'll be a second, probably, before we get our aluminum dust. So give me just a minute here. I don't know if the mixer is actually used for anything else much. Yeah, it looks like mainly napalm, herbicide, and liquid concrete. Okay. So I think for right now, I'm just going to make this kind of manual. Because I really don't need a bucket for it for the quest. Alright, I'm just hoping that we'll see maybe an update for Immersive Engineering. If it's Immersive Engineering that's doing it. I don't know if it's pack like intended. Because I guess that is a No, I don't want that. I don't want it. Stop it. Not the first time I've done that. Probably not the last, I'm sure. That's why I've got to get like 3 more metal presses set up here fairly soon, so that I can have different ones for different tasks. And not have to keep switching out the plates. That's something I'm going to get. I was just trying to get all of our multi-blocks in place, including the one that's just busted and doesn't work. It almost looks like my electrodes, they're in there. They're just not rendering until I do that. How strange this is. I feel like my vision is lower than it should be. I don't think he can see me. I am really tough to spot, I think. I think you found me. Oh, I'm having too much fun with this. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, anyways, I gotta get a tank put together real quick. And we'll just set that up right there. And we'll put in our pipe. And let me dump in our bucket of gasoline. And then we're just going to go ahead and pump that out into here. So we have our 1,000 millibuckets of gasoline. And then we'll get our aluminum dust and throw that in. And we'll let that... Oh, yeah, and power, right? So we'll do a power connection there. And I feel like I kind of want to run it up into a relay, honestly. So we're going to do a relay setting up here. By the way, this window is going to get removed, in case you were worried about that. Just I haven't done it yet. And then we're going to run that down. And that's going to start mixing up. We could just do that. Yeah, let's just do that. Even though this is probably going to have to go for whenever I do the edge of this. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, that's going to dump out the napalm into this. And we're gonna go ahead and click output, or we're going to leave it as only output only bottom fluid, which is going to be our napalm. So we'll go ahead and grab a bucket of that, and that's going to complete our napalm quest. And so at this point, the only quests that we have remaining for Immersive Engineering are Torturino and Garden Cloche. But we're going to try running the Ark Furnace with, since steel apparently is not a recipe. I find that strange that it would be removed at this point, because, I mean, that was one of the best things about the Ark Furnace. And if we take this iron ore and we put it in here, does that will place in. Okay, so what else do we need to do the iron ore? Nothing. It should just be iron ore makes 2 iron ingots and slag. This has power. And it's showing as 0%, like it's wanting to make something, but it's not. My electrodes vanished. What in the world? Yeah, I think this is kind of a little bit buggy. But yeah, maybe this just won't make steel. Maybe that's all it is. Which kind of does make it a little bit useless, to be honest. Unless there's something else in the pack that it can do. Okay, it can... Let me distribute items so it can do all of these at once. Ah, power! Yeah, distributing items, it does split the power across. So it's like 8 times the cost of running this thing. But yeah, we can actually run stuff in there. It's not completely useless. But the fact that it doesn't make steel makes it kind of useless. Making manual through here, since the alloy kiln is disabled, that might be a... Oh, manual now takes netherite. That's cool. I mean, something like that, maybe. You know, at least before the induction smelter. I guess that's kind of cool. Processing metals, there's not really much value in that. So it does actually work. It just doesn't do anything productive whatsoever. So we're going to leave it here as just kind of a decoration. And I'm going to have to make... I'm going to have to make another blast furnace. And I guess probably the best thing to do is go for the preheaters then. In that case. Because... Oh, external heater is not craftable in this pack. Interesting. We have to do an induction heater, which is like this. Okay, so there's us 9 crafts of blast bricks. Alright, so let's go ahead. I'm going to need just a little bit of steel to get my 27 plates. So, because I don't have much. I was counting on the Ark Furnace, you know. I was like, oh, I've been working up to this. And then we're going to be able to get us lots of steel. Because I was actually looking forward to that, but no luck. Okay, so there is our induction heaters, 2 of those. And I got enough steel now to get this made, so... And then we'll go ahead and get some of our sheet metal. Actually, that's enough. So, there is our 2 blast furnace preheaters. This better work. If it doesn't, if I'm just like stuck with default blast furnace, I'm going to be ever so sad. Okay, and let's tear this down. the second time today, actually. And we're going to convert this over to reinforced blast bricks. And we need a hopper also. Yeah. That. And there's our reinforced blast bricks. Yay. And then we're just going to go set this up. Honestly, I don't know where. I was counting on my steel production being there. Alright, I'm going to remove this like random little hill that kind of sits back here. Or at least remove some of it right now. Because it's super small. It basically just comes up and goes right back down. And so I'm going to be removing this and kind of bringing the roadway down anyways. And I'm just going to cut away a little bit of this right now. Because I think what we're going to do with our blast furnace is we're just going to have this area here that is going to be... which some of these buildings will be getting covers, and or some of these will be getting buildings and fences and things like that. I do believe. But we're going to bring this out like a block. And we're going to set up our reinforced... Yeah, I'm going to bring it back just a little bit more here. But we're going to place out our reinforced blast bricks right in here. And then the hopper goes on top. So it's going to go right in here. We're going to go ahead and right click. And there we go. We got the next level blasting. And then we're going to put on our preheaters there and there. Since the Ark Furnace won't work, we're going to use this. Alright, will this make it? Nope. Okay. So I'm going to have to run some power, or a power line over. That's fine. So I'm using straight, thick poles. I'm converting those into the head-foot pieces. And we're going to run out... Let's see, the road is going to run up right in here. So let's just bring this. Of course, the excavator won't be there forever, but we'll go ahead and run out a electric pole. Do we want it in here, maybe? Let me see how that would look. That, because I need these a bit higher. I mean, realistically, the 3 blocks high for the steel post, it's just not enough. It has never been enough in any real situation. So we kind of have to build them up a little bit. And that's just what I'm using to build those up. We'll attach that. And then we'll run this over. Whenever I bring the road back, I may adjust that slightly. But realistically, I think that's going to be okay. This one is a big old mess. But just bear in mind that this is only temporary. And the excavator is only temporary. So it would really just be like a couple connections coming off. But I may make some adjustments to that one also. We'll see. Alright, so then we're going to run this over like that. And I've just been connecting those through. This one will go down to there. And we're going to bring that down. And now, if we were to throw in... let me get some iron. Throw that in. Throw that in. And that's going to get rolling. And as you can see, it is quite a bit faster. This is kind of showing that it's heated up. It's got power and everything. So these are running. Okay. And we should be able to make steel a bit faster that way then. And then we can pump out the slag from the back whenever we get ready to automate this. And we can pump out the items from the front for our automation. But okay, so at least we do have better steel production. That's a step above just the basic blast furnace. It's not the Ark Furnace. I don't know. That recipe's just not working. Unfortunately, but that's okay. We can make it this way. But at this point, I would say that we have put a very good dent in Immersive Engineering. We have all of our basic stuff in place. We have better steel creation. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys then.